again, everybody, and welcome to Highlands. Tonight, we have the ladies' matchup between the Knoch Knights and the Highlands Lady Rams. Along with the Dean, Mike Choma. This is Mike Pavlik. Braden Foster's upstairs. And Dean, these two section rivals going at it here tonight. And the Rams come in. Since we've last seen them, they lost their last two games on the road.
That's the key, Mike. On the road, playing Newcastle, playing Borough, always tough teams. And again, it's part of the process. Again, you think it's tough at home in section, go on the road a few times, extra tough, and the Lady Rams really good news. They're at home tonight, taking on a tough opponent, though.
Well, they are. Looking for bright spots when you have a young team, and Jocelyn Luzier is one of them. She's a sophomore, and she's really coming on in her second season under Courtney Cordes.
And Mike, usually when you see the growth between that freshman and sophomore year, she got a lot of experience last year. Two things I think she's doing very well this year. She's running the court. For a big girl, she's getting up and down, getting in position. But two, she's added ball handling to her game. When you get somebody to get the ball out and only be able to get in the blocks, but also handle the ball outside, it's added a dimension to her game. Young girl, only a sophomore, expect a bright future for her.
Well, definitely. Well, the Knoch Knights come in here. They've been a playoff team the last couple of years under Chris Andrasi. You'll remember him. He was the former head coach of the Knoch boys team a few years ago. They've lost their last two, so they may be smarting a little bit.
Yeah, Mike, again, it was the basically top-loaded 5-0. Then they play Freeport. They play North Catholic, the top teams of the section. Lost those games, but they're a very good blueprint for this Highlands Golden Rams team, what they're trying to do. They started sophomores last year. This year with that experience, they barely got in the playoffs. They were 1-4 going down the stretch, but they squeaked in the playoffs. We always talk about playoffs, getting that extra experience with the girls in the gym. It's paying off big time this year. They're 5-2, and again, well-developed team. This is what Highlands has to do, develop for the future. Knoch's done it the right way. Hopefully Highlands is going to follow.
All right, that'll wrap up the pregame show tonight, as we'll have Section 1 matchup between the Highlands Rams and the Knoch Knights, and it's right after this.
5'7" senior. Number 25, the freshman point guard, Nina Shaw, 5'1" freshman. Number 33, Madeline Boyer, 5'6" sophomore. Number 14, Nevaeh Ewing, a 5'10" junior. And number 42, Lauren Chahowski, a 5'11" senior. Mike, Coach Andrasi was telling me Nevaeh played at St. Joe's when she was a freshman and moved back home to Saxonburg, and she's playing now for the Knoch Knights.
And Bill Heasley said Nevaeh went to Blessed Sacrament also. So
for the Lady Rams, they'll start number 1, Sarah Sahok, a 5'5" senior. Number 3, a senior, Skylar Summers, 5'9", junior. Jocelyn Luzier, we talked about her in pregame, 5'11" sophomore, wears number 4. New starter tonight, Mike, number 43, Ava Natowski, freshman. Again, we talked about the youth movement here at Highlands. And finally, number 13, Maria Fabregas, a 5'5" sophomore.
All right, so we're set to go. The Rams come into this game 2-10, 0-6 section. The Knights are 8-5. They're 5-2 under Chris Andrasi in his 4th season as coach at Knoch. We mentioned earlier we are familiar with him as the coach of the boys team for many years. He had to replace the legend, Les Shoup, walked in and after him at Knoch, and did a good job there, and now he's got the girls going in the right direction. You talked about the trajectory of the program is definitely arrow up for those guys, and
you mentioned the 8-5, Mike. Their wins were against West Shamokin, Kiski. They beat Highlands first game. Mike, we're second time around in the section already. Indiana, good win at Indiana, Mike. Greensburg, Shadyside, Apollo, and Borough.
All right, so we're set to go. The referees for tonight, Greg Hedgeland, Dennis Cash, and George Juice. Hi, Greg.
Greg says he watches, and I recommend all the referees watch the game. It's a great way to look at their positioning. And
we've had Greg a lot with the boys this year so far, and
we always have great information for them. Right?
Exactly. At least it's great feedback for those guys. And
great.
He said the 5 and 6A games, they get a huddle copy that they can watch. So they don't do that for anything lower. So when he's doing 3 and 4, he doesn't have the feedback. Well, our broadcast will give that to him.
And our commentary to boot, huh?
Right. He says, yeah, he'll turn it off when it gets to a certain point. He says, it's obvious you guys know who you work for. He said, yes, we do. And thank you very much. So here are the Knights in their traveling gold uniforms. Highlands in the home whites. 25 is Shaw. Now corner to Shearer. Back out to Shaw, the freshman. You said she is the straw that stirs the drink there. Abby Shear for three. It's down, and the Knights lead at 3-0.
5'7" senior, first one on the board.
They've handled the Rams pretty well the last year and this. The Rams haven't been able to get to 20 points against them. And they may be smarting after those last two losses. Ball right to us.
Yeah, we got our
and the
TV.
monitor lives.
First time.
That's a high-quality Sylvania item right there,
There you go.
Clark.
Survived.
It's a high-quality item.
They want to pressure the Lady Rams, and they did so that time, forcing the first turnover.
Here's Shaw. Now they Shearer worked at baseline for Jahanski. Back out to Shaw for three. It's off the front rim, no good. Rebound is tipped, but boy, Shaw
She's
with some speed over there to get it. Now a three from the right side by Ewing is missed, and the Rams have it. Natowski pulls it down. Lead feed out to Luzier, and she travels.
Tried to pull it and get the ball to Sarah, but unfortunately kept it on her hip. Traveling, second turnover. Like this Nina Shaw, she's quite the story. As a freshman, she doesn't put a lot of points on the board, but she knows how to get the other girls involved. She had a concussion, missed a couple weeks.
There's Shaw baseline, but got shut off. Tried to work it inside for Jahanski, but it's deflected by Highlands out of bounds. And Knoch will key it in at 6:14 first quarter. 3-0 Knights lead it. Deep for Jahanski. Corner wide open. Shearer's three's off the rim, no good. The tip is saved by Boyer. But the Rams have it, and they come the other way. This is Sawhook back. 1-on-2. Stops. Pops off the back rim. Jahanski had the rebound, but it came into the hands of Boyer.
Try to get their fast break going. Luzier stops it.
Jahanski for three, left side off the front rim. And Luzier has the rebound for the Rams. Fabregas forecourt. Ball came up on her, but she got it over to Sawhook. She gets shut off on the baseline by Shaw, so she'll reset things at 5:35 left first quarter.
Chris Andres is telling me, Mike, that Nina Shaw works with, look at the foul on the play. Looks like it might be on Shaw. That's who it is.
Correct.
But she's working with Reese Mayberry, Mike.
Well, how about that?
Yeah, Reese, Highlands grad.
Teach her how to steal the ball.
2007, 2008, his senior year. And
Tony Andresi, the scorekeeper, was telling us he knows Larry Alexander very well, which is
Earl backcourt.
First one is good by Ava Natowski. The Rams are on the board. It's 3-1. It's just nice to hear Larry and Reese's names.
I was talking about how I used to take them to SAT prep Saturday mornings. Those guys never missed. You know, I was on the heading, how bad you want it? And they wanted it pretty bad, and they both graduated. Larry from Waynesburg.
There were three things for sure in this world: death, taxes, and a steal by Reese Mayberry. Shot is off, and it comes back to Shaw. Out top to Shear. Boy, look at him move it around. Right side. Boyer's three is no good. Saved in the paint by Ewing. Back up, missed it. And Luzier has the rebound. Out to Natowski. Forecourt, Fabregas. Got shut off by two Knights. Saw tried to get it up there, but it's blocked. And Shear wants to push it the other way against Luzier. All the way down, puts it in, and draws the foul. Well, Shear's got all five, and she showed some speed there.
And Mike, that time they get their breakout and running very quickly. And I think the reason why Natowski's in the lineup tonight, Mike, is Knoch is a big team, and they're trying to match up size-wise with them. Shearer, all 6 points, 5'7".
Here's Sawhook in the paint, stops and pops, and it settles for her. It's her first two of the night, first basket for the Rams, and it's 6-3. I saw Sarah's Uncle Rob in the vestibule. Looking for the steal, but they call the foul. Highlands bench not too happy with that one.
First foul on Sarah. Uncle Mike saw up there too.
See Uncle Mike, yes. I'm an Uncle Mike myself. I know how that works.
Nevaeh Ewing with her first two.
What is that spelled backwards, Dan?
Heaven.
9-3 Knights, and they steal the inbound. Throw it off a leg. Where they move it quickly. To the corner with a 3, no good. On the weak side, Chahansky had a tip off her hands out of bounds, and it belongs to the Rams at 4:07 first quarter.
Nevaeh Ewing might scored 27 points against Shadyside Academy. She's had 20 or more points on 3 different occasions.
Nope. Steal on the inbound by Shaw. Now Shear. Back out, and Boyer puts it on the floor. Corner to Shear.
What great
Now
ball.
Ewing, boy, they sure do. Work it inside. The shot is missed, and the Rams have the rebound. Natowski worked it out to Fabregas. This is Sawhook again with a jumper off the rim. No good, but Sarah at 5'1" goes in there and gets the rebound, but it's knifed away by Shaw. Leads it out to Shear, and she lays it in.
Great control of the basketball that time, Mike. I didn't think she was going to get to it, but she did.
Knights lead 11-3, and we have
Get a timeout here.
a timeout by Highlands at 3:29 left first quarter. We mentioned Knoch comes in on a 2-game losing streak. They were beaten by North Catholic on Monday 68-35. Lauren Chahansky had 12 and Nevaeh Ewing had 11. But for North Catholic, familiar name. Tess Myers had 24.
Yeah, Mike, their Freeport, again, they beat Indiana 54-43. Their only loss in the section was at North Catholic. And again, those are the 2 top teams. Knoch right behind them at 5-2, though. And again, like you said, they lost to Freeport 53-39 the other day. And other than that, like I said, this team looks like one of the top teams in the section.
Yeah, they look pretty good. I would say that. 11-3 so far. Looking to get back on a winning track for them. They will have, their next game will be Monday. They'll have Indiana at home in a section game.
Sarah beat the press by herself that time, Sawhook. Highland's been able to run them a little bit, Mike. They have to get out in transition.
Fabregas from 13 feet off the rim, no good. Rebound into the hands of Shear. They're going to call a foul on Highlands, I believe.
Sarah may have picked up her second one. Let's see if it's on Sawhook or not. Yep.
That is correct.
Hey, circle, Abby, circle.
That's 3 on Highlands, 1 on Knoch. 3:15 left first quarter.
Knox losses at Butler, Winchester, Thurston, Fox Chapel, Freeport, North Cali. So that's a pretty good team, Mike.
That is. There's a 3 by Ewing, and it's down. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Boyer, Maddie Boyer. So they have 3 from downtown early on, 14-3, and that's Nevaeh Ewing.
That was the problem the other day, Mike, at Burrell. Burrell had 8 3-pointers. Highlands didn't have any.
Well, we had the same problem here last Thursday night. Now, Paula Ridge went nuts from outside the arc.
They had like 11.
Regular 13.
Here's Fabregas now. 2:45 left of the first quarter. The Knights have the start they wanted, and not the start that Courtney Udanis wanted. The Rams turn it over again.
5th turnover. Knoch yet to commit one, Mike, and look like that time they're in a 1-3-1.
Nina Shaw, the freshman. Corner for Ewing. Ewing gets it back.
Highlands playing a 2-3 now, Mike.
This is Boyer to Ewing. Now Shearer. Baseline, Chahansky.
Nice pass.
And a dump down to Shaw. It's missed. It's tipped out. Stepping back, Nevaeh Ewing. 3 ball off the rim, no good. Rebound. They battle for it, and the Rams finally able to get it out of there. That's Julia DeSanto.
13.
Sawhook near side. With the runner. In and out. Rebound, Natowski put it up, missed it. Luzier's going to try, no good. Rams are killing on the offensive glass there, but they couldn't get the ball to go down.
3 chances that time, Mike.
Here's Boyer, the sophomore. All the way through.
Nice
Blocked by
block by
Luzier.
Luzier, yeah.
We talked about her in the pregame. And the defensive end was pretty good for her last year, but she's added some more moves offensively to herself this season.
Abby Calendar. Jaylee Lazinger checks in for Knoch.
Lazinger, another familiar Knoch name.
Great offensive rebound that time, Mike.
Sure was, and that is put back up and in.
13.
And the Knights lead at 18-3.
Sure now with 10.
That's a quick double figure. Saw gave up her dribble, and then Shaw knocked it. Once a game, Sam Huey catches the ball over there.
There you go.
I'm telling you.
20. That's up.
Fabregas dribbled it off her leg, but is able to control it. Now the ball's tipped backcourt, so Rams are able to go back and get it.
Knoch playing man-to-man. Nice backdoor move.
Sawhook lets it go. It's off the rim. And the rebound is Chahansky. Less than a minute to go, first quarter. Lead it ahead to Lassiger. Now Shear dumps it down at a block for Chahansky, but don't think she was ready for that one. That had a little mustard on it.
That's their first turnover, Mike. Go a whole quarter out of turnover. Pretty impressive.
Here's Sawhook back. All the way down with the runner off the glass, missed it. Rebound Chahansky. Now Ewing.
5'10", Mike. She puts the ball on the floor very efficiently.
Now Lassiger worked it down in the paint for Chahansky. And the Knights work it around the perimeter. Ewing right side. Here's Shaw wide open for three. It's down. Her first one. That's 4 for Knoch in the first quarter, and it's 21-3. Quickly, Luzier stops and pops and cans it. 21-5.
Jocelyn's added that part to her game, Mike.
Penetrate. 4.
2 seconds now. Here's Shear. Got to get the shot up, and the Knights were unaware of the clock.
Yep, no doubt about it, Mike. They continue to move the ball. I love the way they reverse the ball against a zone with that 2-3 zone. I mentioned Mike last year knocked back to the playoffs. They were 1-4 in section in January, and one of their things they said was they didn't want to repeat that this year. They were actually in a 3-way tie, but as we said, it's so important you make the playoffs that you get that extra week or two in the gym with the girls, especially when they were young last year. So showing up this year so far, again, 5-2 in section, and they're doing a good job so far. If you look at the playoffs, it would be North Catholic, Freeport, Knoch, Indiana 4-3. Second half of the section, Apollo Ridge is 3-4, Greensburg 2-5, Borough 1-6, and Highlands 0-6. They're averaging 31, giving up 56 a game.
All right, let's do trivia.
Okay.
Last game, I had a high school question for you. We're going to graduate up a level, and we're going to have a college question.
Okay.
I want you to name me the top 3 teams who has won the most women's college national championships. 1, 2, and 3. I think you ought to be able to get 2 of them. The third one might be a bit interesting.
Is it Immaculate something or other?
No.
Okay. That was one of the early on ones. Connecticut we got to go with.
Connecticut is number 1. UConn has won 11. The second place team has won 8.
Like a Villa Maria or something?
Oh, no, you don't have to get so cute.
Okay, I thought they were going old school on me there.
Knights have the ball, 7:42 left, first half. They lead it 21-5, and that's Lassiger where the runner hit the side of the board, and Shear's able to save it. Kicked it back out. Chahansky's jumper, that was a 2, is rebounded by Ewing.
Tennessee
is second. They've won 8.
Nice pass.
Beautiful dish, and Chahansky finishes. All 5 starters in the scorebook. 23-5. So we're looking for number 3. Sawhook with a runner off the rim, no good. Rebound, they battle for it. Lassiger and Natowski. And a jump ball. The arrow belongs to Highlands. First time in is Megan Vassis, a freshman, number 34.
Also checks back in. Would it be Baylor?
It would be Baylor. How about that? You did pretty well there. Baylor just won last year. They've won 3.
But you remember back in the day they had those.
Oh, yeah.
The Conception and Villa Maria were tough teams.
Oh, shot by Shear is missed. Back up and in by Vassis just off the bench. Her first 2, but it's 25-5. 4 teams are tied with 2, and they're all big schools. If you want to take a crack at those, we can run that through the second quarter. I would finish out the list. They're all heard of schools. One school's a little bit smaller.
North Carolina State?
No, not NC State.
I'm trying to think of all those old teams back.
One of these teams won just a couple years ago.
Rutgers?
No, and they were in the finals last year. Oh, nice dump down. And Vassis 2 trips, 2 baskets for her, 27-5. Muffet McGraw.
Only a freshman, Mike. Muffet McGraw. UCLA.
That is not correct. Hey, one of the teams is in that same city. It's not UCLA, but a rival of theirs.
USC?
USC's won twice. I got another one in the state of California.
Stanford.
That is correct. And then the other 2
If I had Muffet McGraw's team.
where Muffet's at in the state of Indiana. Here's Highlands.
Muffet McGraw.
Forecourt. This is Fabregas.
Purdue?
No.
State of Indiana. Indiana State?
No. Bigger than that. More visible than that. They just won 2 years ago. And more in the finals this year. Cheer, cheer. Now we got to travel.
Notre Dame.
As Skylar Summers tried to launch a drive and she turned it over at 5:40. That's right, the Fighting Irish. And we have one more in a southern state. This team was a good team in the 80s and 90s. One of the dominant women's basketball programs.
Old Dominion.
Not Old Dominion. I knew you were going there. They've only won once. Think of the mailman.
Carl Malone. Okay. Right down the middle that time.
Yes, sir. 29-5.
Louisiana Tech.
Louisiana Tech.
There you go. Boom. Oh, good.
So that's pretty good.
Jump ball.
It is. And Knoch will keep it at 5:07 left first half. So the list is women's championships. UConn 11, Tennessee 8. Third is Baylor with 3. And then the 4 teams tied with 2 are Notre Dame, Stanford, Louisiana Tech, and Southern Cal. I don't remember Southern Cal winning one. That might go back. Now it's kicked back out. That's Boyer. In and out, no good. Rebound underneath. Lassinger puts it in.
Well, they're getting excellent looks, Mike.
And spreading the scoring around. Shearer's got 10, but no one else has more than 5. 31-5. Dean will have one for me after the third quarter.
Minus high school.
Beautiful dish inside, and laying it in is Fabregas for her first basket of the night. Now Boyer forecourt. Samantha Archer is number 10.
Incidental contact, they call that, Mike.
Right. Now ball dribbled off a leg. It comes right back to Archer. And now the Rams steal it this time. DeSanto brings it all the way down. Plays it up, missed it. Rebound Lassinger.
I'd like to see if Reese Mayberry watches this game with one of his proteges, Nina Shaw, out there.
Beautiful pass underneath, and the shot is missed, and it's swatted out of bounds by Natowski.
If you're watching Reese, say hello to Larry for us.
Exactly. I'm going to guess they're still in touch, huh?
I would imagine.
Yeah.
They're very close, you know that.
Larry was just L.A.
Chris tried to get him on his staff, but his work commitments wouldn't let him.
He'd be a terrific coach. He's done it already. Fabregas worked at baseline to Natowski. Tried to kick it inside to Summers. She was able to control it, threw it up, and draws the foul as Greg Hedgelin with the whistle at the 3:38 mark. And that's going to be on Maddie Boyer.
Her first team second.
Not a lot of whistles here.
Summers ain't started not in the book yet. Let's see if we get her there.
There you go. Nice touch for Skylar Summers, her first of the night.
All 10 starters are in the book now, Mike.
And it's down. 31-9.
We said the boys can learn a lot about foul shooting by looking at the girls.
Skylar's got a great stroke. Here's Archer for 3 off the back rim, no good. Rebound and a foul. It's going to be on the Rams this time. The Knights will go to the line and shoot a couple.
White, 3.
That'll be on Summers.
Her first.
We mentioned the Rams lost their game Monday night at Burrell Maria Fabregas led the way for the Rams with 11 on the Burrell side. Olivia Watts had 21. That's the 6th straight loss for Highlands against the Burrell Bucks. And that'll be our next game that we'll have on senior night here when we'll have Highlands and Burrell. We'll see if the Rams can break that streak on their home court. Highlands hasn't beaten Burrell since 2010. Now, they've been out of the conference together for a while and haven't played. And we have the Megan Zemansky connection there that kind of worked both sides of that rivalry for a while. Megan was the coach the last time Highlands beat Burrell.
How about that?
She might have taken a curse over there. 3 by Sawhook is down. She's got 5, the Rams' leading scorer, and it's 32-12.
Had McGraw made that last one, Mike, and she's on your freshman.
That's it.
Now we got to travel.
Third turnover for...
That one was so obvious. Coach Andresi called it before the official did. Less than 3 to go first half.
We got way back with Chris. Like you said, he was coaching back in 08.
In the aughts.
Boys, yep.
In the aughts. Took over for Les, who we saw Les when we were out at Knoch. The tan's still working. He got that Saxonburg tan going. He'll be heading to Florida soon.
Yep.
Now, Courtney Udanis wants to call timeout and set up a play for the Rams at 2:41 left first half. It's 32-12 Knights.
He said, "You're still here." I said, "You're still here."
He's done Cager. We've had him for Cager. So it's always good to see him again.
Joaquin Roman.
Joaquin gets some love over there. Exactly.
Next to...
I had some state rankings for you. I thought these were interesting. The 4A state rankings for our classification. North Catholic is number 1 in the state. Bethlehem Catholic is number 2, obviously located in Bethlehem. Scranton Prep is number 3, obviously located in Scranton.
That's Mills Connection out there.
Right. Bermudian Springs is number 4. Do you know where they are?
No idea. Bermuda.
They are north of Gettysburg in Adams County.
That's Ray Konjak territory.
Okay. And Blackhawk, who wasn't ranked in the state rankings a week ago, has slipped into the top 5. They're now number 5.
How about that? Blackhawk, a public school in the top 5?
They're
unheard
it.
of.
Bermudian Springs, maybe. I don't know exactly. I had to look them up because I didn't know where they were. I think part of Pickett's charge went through Bermudian Springs. Is that possible?
Oh, my wife would know that. She loves her Civil War.
Might have gone through there.
Uh-oh.
Now the ball's knocked away, but this Fabregas, a hand on it. Lead feed, Natalski lays it in. Ava Natalski's first basket, 3rd point, 32-14.
Shaw looked like Grease maybe there. She had the flick and she was gone. Didn't get the turnover.
Now Archer lost it off her hands. And Fabregas, again to Natalski. Going to try the same thing, but Shaw stole it for a moment. Summers. Outside DeSanto. Left side, Fabregas. Baseline jumpers off the front rim. Tipped around off a leg and controlled by the Knights. Madeline Boyer. Part of the parade of three-point shooters that the Knights have thrown at him tonight. Now Archer.
Her foul after.
It's loose. And saved by Summers. Rams have the ball with 1:40 to go. First half.
Keep Knoch off the board, Mike. They don't get a chance to start their press. We got one shoeless out there.
Uh-oh. Driving is Fabregas, missed it. Jahanski the rebound.
DeSanta, nice job picking up her shoe and getting
it on.
Yeah.
That was tremendous work. Now Boyer drives baseline and puts it down.
Blew the baseline up that time, Mike. She's got 5.
34-14. Natalski, that's 2. And the bank is open. Ava Natalski with 5.
Yes.
34-16 for the freshman.
Making the most of a start tonight, Mike. You get in a starting lineup, make them take you out. So far, so good for Ava. Mentioned her dad, Chip, in attendance tonight. Old Highlands guy. Stolen.
It is by DeSanto. To Sawhook left side, jumper, too strong, rebound on the weak side of Archer. Now Boyer, less than 30 seconds left first half.
Right down Broadway.
Boyer, you
right?
betcha.
Yeah, nobody stopped her.
She's got 7, and the Knights lead back to 20. Fabregas hands it off to Sawhook. And not going to substitute now. Now we get the whistle. And a foul.
Looks like Shaw might be getting hurt.
That'll be a key in because there's no...
Yep.
It is on Shaw, you're correct. That's a key in. No one's in the bonus. That's 4 against Highlands and 3 against Knoch. 7 seconds left first half, so the Rams have 7 seconds to get one up here. Santa, that 5 count was
Turnover.
and different pages together. Yep. Here's Boyer forecourt. 3 seconds, 2, drives all the way through and lays it in.
Again, Mike, right down the lane.
At the buzzer.
No answer.
And that is the end of the first half here at Highlands with the score. Knoch 38, Highlands 16. We'll take a timeout. Be back with stats and more right after this. Good. All right, getting ready for the start of the second half. The Highlands Lady Rams and the Knoch Knights. The Knights lead at 38-16. A good first half performance for them. Madeline Boyer led the way with 11 points. Abby Shear had 10, 5 for Nevaeh Ewing, 4 for Megan Vassis, 3 for Nina Shaw, 2 for Lauren Shahansky, and 2 for Jaylee Lassinger. That's her total of 38. Sarah Sawhook led the way for the Rams with 5, along with Abe Natowski. 2 each for Skylar Summers, Jocelyn Lazier, and Maria Fabregas.
Shear was riding her that time, gets the first foul, and nice visit with the Sogs at halftime, Mike. And Robbie did very good with your question, and her friend Missy was helping out up there.
I saw Robbie in the vestibule before the game.
Got bad news for you. He didn't get my question.
Ewing for 3 is down.
Ewing is a pure shooter, Mike.
She sure is at 5'10" and can step out like that. They have a little bit of everything. They're a very good basketball team. Nice drive to the basket by Fabregas for the lay-in, and it's 41-18. Now baseline, Shahansky's jumper is no good. Rebound, Shearer. She scores in the odd quarters. She has 12, and it's 43-18.
10 in the first quarter.
Luzier out top. Goes in against Shahansky, but she got shut off. Needs some help. Now Sawhook right side. Now it's tipped out beautifully, and here comes Ewing. Ewing all the way to the basket. Drives, lays, missed the layup.
Shaw hustled to get the rebound.
And got bumped.
White 13.
Fabregas going to get her first. I'm sitting at 2-3. Knoch playing 2-3 too, Mike. Much more active though.
3 is up and missed, and Shaw has the rebound.
Nice interior passing that time. Playing inside out, back in.
Beautiful pass, and Shahansky couldn't finish though.
She's trying to get the
right off the back of Luzier, and Jocelyn somehow able to control the basketball.
Summers took the worst of that, Mike. She got elbowed by Lazier, her own teammate.
Here's Sawhook. Now a runner by Lazier's off the right side of the rim. Put back up and in by Summers. Her first basket, 4th point. That's 43-20.
Now watch the difference, Mike, in the activity in the zone.
Ewing's 3's off the rim. And Sawhook has it.
Right now, just
Sarah into the tall trees, lays it up and missed it. Rebound is tipped off of Highlands last touched, and Knoch will control the basketball at 5:49. Megan Vassis back in.
Freshman, she had 4 in the first half.
And her first 2 trips, she scored baskets.
High's going to extend some pressure out.
Now Shearer to Shaw, and Shearer takes it. Back out for Boyer.
Beautiful
Nice
drop pass.
dump down for the lay-in.
Bass again, Mike. She's got 6.
She finds the hole, that's for sure. 45-20. of a sudden it got a little extra cold in here, is it me?
No, I think you're right. Too many ducks floating around.
That must have been it.
Still.
This is Boyer. Now to Shaw.
pass,
Beautiful
great
dump
pass.
down for the finish is fastest, and she draws the foul.
Nice article in Knoch in the paper, and that's what one thing Coach Andrassi says. That Shaw will do things that don't show up in the scorebook, but that was a beautiful pass.
It was indeed. So she'll go to the line and shoot to complete the three-point play.
Freshman with 8.
Off the bench. Number 9. 48-20. And now Lauren Chahansky comes back in. The Knights have their original starting lineup out there. I got a feeling this might be the last time we see it. Here's Fabregas. Gets it back from Natowski.
That's it.
And Summers picked up the pivot foot and turned it over at 4:45.
10th Highlands turnover. Knoch only committing 4, Mike.
Hey, run circle.
Rams will be at Freeport Monday night. Wednesday they'll have a non-section home game here against Franklin Regional, and then North Catholic will be here Thursday. Comes free to Boyer, back outside to Shaw. Left side to Ewing. Back out to Boyer, 3-ball, yes.
Nice. You got a nice stroke, Mike. Now it's a dozen.
51-20. Elijah Harris in there for the Rams, number 33, a freshman. Saw a lot of her in the JV game. Baseline Fabregas. A little bit of contact, but no whistle, and the Knights have it. Here's Shaw. Quickly to Nevaeh Ewing. That's a 3. It's no good, and it's knocked out of bounds by
Looks like Highlands.
Yep. Knoch will get it.
Look at this 4 high set. See what they get out of it.
Ewing to Shaw right side. Looked at the basket, but she rarely, if ever, looks to shoot, it appears. That's what you want out of a point guard, that's for sure.
And a freshman too, Mike.
Ewing's 3's off the front rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Boyer. Back to Ewing. Tried to go baseline, but Natowski did a good job of getting a hand on it and knocking it out of bounds.
I think she's one of these freshmen, Mike. She's going to score when she has to as she gets older. But right now she's deferring to the upperclassmen.
Julia DeSanto in, and Maria Fabregas out. 3:33 left, third quarter.
3s are wild. That's a great spot, Mike, to get the ball against 2-3 zones. Short corner, you become the point guard. Everybody comes to you. Didn't take advantage of it that time, though.
Here's Ewing high posting. Oh, found a cutter. That's Shear, but missed a layup. But they worked that beautifully.
Nice hustle by Shear to get down on that one.
The only thing was it didn't go in.
Yep. Possession error going to go to Knoch, so they'll inbound again.
Here's Boyer out of the corner. Chris Andrassi calling for motion. Left side, there is the 3 by Shaw, and it is down.
She is 2 for 2 from three-point land, Mike. As you can see, she has a shot. She just doesn't take it too often.
54-20. Harris, corner, Sawhook, 3-ball, front rim, rebound tipped, and controlled by Chahansky. Knights left to right second half. Harris with a ball fake, goes baseline, kicked it back over to Shaw. Left side, Boyer's 3 is up around no good, rebound. Harris tipped it out of there, and the Rams get possession at 2:29.
Mike, the coach are telling me that Nina Shaw is on Instagram at only the elite. You can find her. I'm not an Instagrammer.
I'm a lurker. Sawhook left side.
Push off like that.
Steps back. 3-ball is missed. Harris the rebound. Nice runner by Shaw with a left hand. She's got 8 now.
Says she doesn't score a lot and she gets 8.
Yes.
5 quick ones.
The Knights are a couple of baskets away from pushing this into Mercy territory here at 1:45 third quarter.
56-20. That's a quick 56, Mike.
And that is. That's 18 quick ones here in the third quarter. Luzier right side. Got shut off by Chahansky. Going to put up a jumper off the glass. Missed the shot. Lassinger had a piece of it, but it's controlled by the Knights. Here's Abby Shear. Long cross court. That's Boyer. Looked like she was going to take it, but went baseline instead.
Blocked by Luzier.
It comes back to Shaw. Kicked it back out to Boyer and fouled by Sawhook at the three-point line.
That's going to be Sarah third.
White, 1.
That's 3 on Highlands second half. Knoch has committed 1. Subs for the Rams. Issa Estrabella is in for the first time tonight.
Hey, run stack Maddie. Over here, Nina. Over here.
All right, we're about to see Stack Maddie.
That's Boyer. That's where's she at?
Number 33. We'll
And there
find
she
her.
is.
Yeah.
Now they go inside
pass.
Chahansky with a nice pass, and Chahansky with the finish. And they ran that play beautifully.
Yep.
58-20.
She's got 4.
Less than a minute to go, third quarter. Fabregas at the big Ram center circle. DeSanto left side. Luzier comes out to get it. Now Fabregas around the Luzier screen. DeSanto puts it on the floor, tried to dribble through a double team, but couldn't do it.
2-on-1 with Shaw.
Here's Shaw back the other way. Oh, good job by Summers getting back there and knocking that ball out of bounds at the 35-second mark.
Sometime I thought Nina should have just racked it. Like she threw behind her. She had nobody in front of her.
Ball off
look at
the
that.
inbound, wide open Chahansky. She's got 6. The lead is 40, and we're in Mercy territory.
Final 27 seconds here of the third quarter.
We'll have trivia. Stay tuned for that. Here's Fabregas. Out to Estrabella. Issa puts it on the floor. Stops, pops, short. Boyer the rebound with 11 seconds. Kicked it back outside. It comes to Lassinger, left side now to Shear. Got to watch the clock. That's good if it goes, and it's no good. So that's the end of the third quarter with the score. Knoch 60, Highlands 20.
22-4 that quarter, and the Knights did a nice job, Mike, of extending their lead in the fourth quarter. We know the clock will continue to run. It is trivia time, the end of the third quarter, and mine's high school trivia, Mike. And the question is, and remember, Robbie Salk didn't get this, so the pressure's on you.
I got pressure. I can feel it.
Since the PIA Girls Championship started, first off, when did they start? You know when they started Girls PIA?
I do not know.
1973.
Well, I can tell you this. Highlands won a section in 1971 and didn't make the playoffs.
No, there you
Because
go.
they didn't make the playoffs until 1973. That was the first time. Under Coach Betty Tusing, thanks to Bill Heasley for that, by the way. I needed to duck that in.
Is Betty still with us?
We don't know.
We get to that age, but we don't know.
Betty was a coach in I'm looking at the banner up on the wall. Betty was a coach in 73, 4, and 5. They won 3 straight sections and 3 straight trips to the playoffs. Only 3 Highlands coaches have ever made the playoffs here.
How about that?
Girls, go ahead. We'll get to that later.
That is not the question.
No, it's not.
Only 2 WPL teams have made it all the way to the states and won the states and were undefeated. Who are they? It only happened twice in all the years.
I want to say Oakland Catholic.
Robbie said that, and he was wrong.
If I'm on the same wavelength as Robbie, I'm in trouble.
I'll tell him that after the game.
So it's not Oakland Catholic. How about Blackhawk? Some of the great temes they had with Dory out there.
And they were all basically 26-1 and won the state.
Okay.
So far, no.
So far, no. Well, Now we have a turnover on the Knights. I was wondering if Timmy McConnell might be trying to pull a double and win a state title for each side. One boy with one girls. You can pull that off at Charlotte Valley. They're the #1 ranked team in the state in 5A right now. Charlotte Valley.
Is that right?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm 0 for 2. I should look at this.
I can give you a hint.
Okay.
It's just so weird too, Mike.
Nice
By
jumper
Fabregas.
by Maria Fabregas. Nothing but nylon from the left side. It's 60-22.
She's got 6. They both happened last year. Can you believe this? It's 1973.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, if I look on my little sheet, how about North Catholic?
They usually lose one out of state, you know. But
Are they lower classifications?
the 2 highest classifications.
So it's 6 and 5?
Yeah. I was surprised when I read
How about Bethel Park? How about Upper St. Clair?
Nope.
Okay.
Last year, Glen Mills going to be very disappointed.
Peters Township.
Peters Township, there's one of them.
Okay. Nice jumper by DeSanto.
Her first 2 of the evening.
Upper St. Clair. I thought I said that's what I meant. And instead of Peters, I said Upper St. Clair. Sorry about that, Mills. Okay, so that's one of them. Now, they were 6A, right?
Yes, 5.
So we need a 5A team. So Char Valley obviously isn't the answer, so it's someone else.
Oh, it is Char Valley.
It is Char Valley?
It is Char
Okay.
Valley. They went undefeated last year. Can you believe that? Won the state along with Peters Township.
See, that's how Tim McConnell did pull the double. Now, I don't know if his boys ever went undefeated and won it all, but they did win the state once, I do believe. At least once.
And again, we mentioned Char Valley beat North Catholic in our section later, 72-44. Wow. So they're loaded again, Mike.
They are. The rich get richer.
Knock through that.
Estrabella with a nice dump down, and it's saved by Fabregas. DeSanto, baseline. Well, a lot of body there, but no foul. And the rebound to Shear. Nice forecourt. Work it out top for Archer. Jumpers off the rim, no good. Rebound, good job by Summers.
So we're back for one more trip. We'll have the senior night against your Borough Bucks, right?
The Borough Bucks, and that will be here on Thursday, February 6th. Isa Estrabella with a jumper off the rim, no good. And the rebound is Knox ball.
And if you're watching on YouTube and like to see the rebroadcast of this game on Comcast, it'll be Tuesday, 8 p.m.
Yeah, we always seem to be out for a boys game when those are on.
We'll be in Mount Pleasant.
No, we'll be in York.
York. Same thing to me.
Distinction without a distinction without a difference.
Turnover by Knoch. That is their 6th.
Right now, the forecast is cold but dry, so that's the most important thing. We've lucked out. It was coming down a little bit tonight, though. I had our rule. I did not look. I did not look out the door to see if anything accumulated.
Once you're in, you're in.
It was so beautiful.
Nice crossover. Foul.
And it is. And going to the line will be Maria Fabregas. She's leading the Rams with 6 tonight. It was so beautiful yesterday. It was such a nice day.
I hit golf balls for about 2 hours yesterday in January. Nothing better than that.
I took both dogs for a walk.
I did that too.
It was a beautiful day for it. It's supposed to warm up again late next week, so seems like it's going to be a temporary cold snap. We've been very lucky so far.
Knock on wood.
Here's Summers into Estrabella. And a steal by Shear. Drives, lays, scores. Abby Shear.
14.
Tied for the lead. 62-24. Now, another steal as Shear took it away from Fabregas. She's going to get another breakaway layup.
16 big ones for Abby Shear.
Chris Andrasi calls timeout. I think he wants to put some subs in. 3:31 to go.
It's up to you.
Going to get some subs in,
Yeah,
Mike?
they're just going to put the substitutions in. They're not going to stop the clock. Amanda Huckstein is in, number 5. 13 is Hattie McGraw. Not Allie McGraw. Julia Bungard, number 3. That dated me.
Yeah, I'll have to look that one up in
Look that one up. Here's Sawhook.
You never have to say you're sorry, Mike.
No. It was only a love story.
Nice pass down.
Beautiful. And Fabregas can't get the finish. Rebound McGraw. Out to Huckstein.
She has a quick draw, Mike.
She does. Now they work at baseline, and McGraw is fouled. She'll go to the line.
Skylar Summers picks up her second.
Less than 3 to go.
2 shots.
Knights will...
Top 5 and 4A, Mike, in the WPL. Not one AK Valley team in any of the top 5s in any division.
Whoa.
North Catholic, we mentioned, number 1 in 4A. Followed by Blackhawk. They're 11-2. Sophomore year, Scotty's 14-0, Mike.
How about that?
Yeah, they're at West Mifflin tonight. Central Valley 10-2. They host Keystone Oaks. And McKeesport at 10-4 hosts York.
We're going to get to the state rankings when we have a chance. We mentioned Bethel Park is 1 in 6A. This is the state, in the state of PA. Char Valley's 1 in 5A. And North Catholic is 1 in 4A. So the WPIL takes care of the number 1 teams in those 3 classes. Summers
Making
backed
her own
up.
space.
Yeah, made her own room. Yeah. Got those puppies organized, and now she draws the foul. It'll be a key in for Highlands. DeLone Catholic is number 1 in 3A. Do you know where they are?
DeLone Catholic.
Yes.
DeLone, Pennsylvania.
They are in the Harrisburg Diocese. Bellwood Antis is number 1 in 2A. You got them?
They're a small squad outside Johnstown, aren't they?
Blair County, halfway in between State College and Altoona, from north to south.
Got somebody hurt.
Got a Knights player down as Summers puts the ball in. Luckily, Mike Rizzo is right there, and
Wait a minute.
Samantha Archer, did she take a shot to the...
Look that way, Mike.
Am I going? Yeah.
And Chris Andres is going to pull her right now just to make sure everything's okay. Megan Vassis will come back in. And number 1 in Class A is Jenkintown. Do you know about that one?
Jenkintown, outside of Philly.
That is correct, near Abington.
And you know who that's the home of?
I do not.
The Goldbergs.
Oh, how about that? I don't watch that show. So,
Jenkintown, PA.
okay, how about that? So the Goldbergs are number 1 in Class A. How about that?
William Penn Academy's there, Mike.
I just learned
that's
something.
for real. You know that.
Yeah.
Place.
Oh, yeah. Alexa Marasco in for the Rams 30. He's going to step back and take a jumper off the side of the board, and the Knights have it.
And that's supposed to all be true, that Goldberg set up. And they have, who's the kid Alomar played for the Phillies?
I don't think an Alomar played for the Phillies.
I'll have to get the name for it next time we're on.
Julio Franco. I don't know. There's a drive by Sawhook, and she's fouled on her way to the basket by Mackenzie McGraw.
But anyways, he went to William Penn Academy and became a Philadelphia Phillies star, and it's supposed to all be in real life. They had him on TV, one of those clips afterwards. I'll get the name for you.
Sawhook's first one is good.
I know one thing, you never argue Philadelphia trivia with Milo. I learned my lesson.
Nah, pretty good with that.
Did I have Joe Morgan on that team? Was that
It was the 83 Phillies.
Who did Joe Morgan play for?
Joe Morgan played for the Reds to start with, and then he played for Oakland, San Francisco, and he played for the Phillies on the Wheeze Kids.
That's where I had him wrong. I didn't play for the Houston Astros, remember?
He did play for the Astros, but not.
I lost, I bet you, something.
Yeah.
34 that time is Megan Vest. She's
had a good
got 11, Mike, for a freshman. Doing a great job. Things look great here at...
Louisa Astrabella for 3.
There's your first 3 of the night for the Lady Rams. And easy to give you the 3 afterwards. You see that, Mike?
Yeah, she did.
She trade jump.
She shot him up there.
Our cameraman likes to shoot the bow and arrow when he makes a 3.
Yes.
And referee told him about it one time.
Yeah, don't do that anymore.
I said, check with the refs.
10 seconds to go. Estrabella forecourt. Here's Summers. Needs some help. East is going to have to get it up there. She lets it fly.
Oh.
This one's not going to go, and that's going to run out the clock. Now, an impressive showing by the Knoch Knights here tonight. And they show why they're a playoff team in Section 1. They beat the Rams 68-30. Dean, final thoughts?
Yeah, great way to start the second half for Knoch and Highlands. Back to the drawing board again, Mike. Again, very young team. Trying to get better, trying to look forward to the future here, and we'll be here on senior night.
We will. Let's wrap it up. Thanks to everybody here at the table. Final score, Knoch 68, Highlands 30. For Mike Choma, Braden Foster, this is Mike Pavlik.